programs for children with disability, particularly those with Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, autism, hearing impairment, visual impairment, speech disorder, and orthopedic ADHD, among others. Anong mangyayari pa pag wala na sila? Some parents even wish na kung pwede isama na lang nila ang kanilang anak kung sakaling may mangyari sa kanila. DepEd budget 100 million pesos for 2026 sa NEP, Provision of Learning Resources for Learners with Disabilities.
Sa NEP po yun, Mr. President. Kung titignan po ninyo sa HGAB, nawala po yun. Yun po yung hinahanap natin.
Ayun, na magic.
At,
Senator Rafi Tulfo is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, I speak before you today on a matter of personal and collective privilege. Today is International Day of Disabled Persons. I did not realize this until this morning, but it seems that the universe intended for me to deliver this privileged speech today to open our eyes to what families with disabled children are going through. Mr. President, last week, during the budget plenary debates for DSWD, while looking into some social welfare concerns of our people, I had an enlightening discussion with the budget sponsor, Senator Pia Cayetano, regarding programs for children with disability, particularly those with Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, autism, hearing impairment, visual impairment, speech disorder, and orthopedic ADHD, among others. During the session, I commended a DSWD program entitled Project Aruga, a community-based project which provides disability-inclusive social protection for children with disability and their families to address substantial unmet needs and offer comprehensive social service. Basically, this program gives disability support allowance in the amount of 2,000 pesos per month given through a one-time 10,000 pesos allowance. Project Aruga had 400 beneficiaries in 2025 and a budget targeted to 1,200 beneficiaries for 2026 with a budget of 44 million pesos. After some discussion and with the support of the budget sponsor, I push for a higher budget for this program. I'm hoping that the budget for Project Aruga will be given an increase of 40 million pesos. This will double the original budget and allow them to reach more beneficiaries and give higher financial support. Agad kong nai-report ito sa ating mga kababayan. Madami po ang natuwa sa mas mataas na allowance dahil may ibsan talaga ang kanilang financial shortage. But it seems that there are still more urgent concerns that need to be tackled to give them meaningful support and care. Raising a child with disability. Mr. President, I was flooded with heartbreaking stories from our people when I posted about Project Aruga. I was able to get a clearer picture of what families with disabled children go through. Sa simula pa lang, when parents begins to notice some developmental issues with the children, hirap na po silang makakuha ng tamang diagnosis at medical confirmation of what their children are going through. Karamihan sa kanila inaakala na may kahinaan lang ang kanilang anak o masamang ugali kaya napapalo nila ang mga ito. Yung pala, may mental condition ng bata na di nila agad nalaman. There is a lack of education for parents regarding signs to look out for if their children has mental disabilities and they do not have access to medical centers that could evaluate their children. Once diagnosed, the next problem would be the availability of developmental pediatricians and speech, occupational, physical, and developmental therapy centers for early intervention for the children. The first 3 years are a critical time for development, and early intervention can have a significant and lasting impact on the child's ability to learn. It could reduce or possibly eliminate the need for future support. Kaya importante po ang early intervention. Pero kulang po ang ating mga centers. Next comes the cost of raising children with disabilities. In a study conducted by the UNICEF and DSWD in 2022, which included a nationally representative quantitative survey and qualitative in-depth interviews, it was found that a child with disabilities spends 40 to 80% more than other children without disabilities. And poverty rates are 50% higher in households with children with disabilities. This is not surprising because apart from the increase in medical and living expenses, families are also faced with reduced income because of the need for an able-bodied family member to stay at home and look after the disabled child. Ang nanay o tatay na kaya sana magtrabaho para sa pamilya ay kinakailangang manatili sa bahay para alagaan ang bata. Kaya nababawasan po ang income ng pamilya. Finally, every single day parents of disabled children worry about the future. Sabi nga ng ilan sa kanila, ang unang pumasok sa isip nila sa sandaling malaman na may kapansanan ang kanilang anak ay kung anong mangyayari pa pag wala na sila. Some parents even wish na kung pwede isama na lang nila ang kanilang anak kung sakaling may mangyari sa kanila. Ito po ang sinabi ng ilang mga magulang akin po nakausap, nag-communicate po sa aking social media accounts. Dahil kadalasan ang magulang lang ang tunay na nagmamalasakit ang mag-aalaga sa mga persons with disability pagtanda nila. Mahirap ipasa sa iba, lalo na kung wala namang pera para magbayad sa mag-aalaga na di makakasiguro na alagaan ng maayos ang may kapansanan. After hearing all this, nang liit po talaga ako sa binibigay na ayuda ng ating gobyerno sa mga children with disability na 10,000 pesos. Hindi na ito nalalayo sa 500 pesos na pang Noche Buena. Nakapang liit at nakapang insulto na tulong kung tutusin po. Mr. President, there are programs conducted by the DSWD to the National Council on Disability Affairs. They even have the DARE program or Developmental Assistance Rehabilitation Empowerment, a caravan for children with disability which aims to bridge the gaps in accessing developmental assessment. Meron din pong PhilHealth subsidies pamagitan ng mandatory PhilHealth coverage for PWDs. And we have various laws such as Magna Carta for Disabled Persons, which provide 20% discounts and privileges for PWDs. Nandiyan din po ang PWD Affairs Office Act, which compels every LGU to have a PDAO or focal person to plan, coordinate, and resource PWD programs locally, including referrals to education, health, and social care facilities. Unfortunately, these programs are not enough. Una, marami po sa ating mga children with disability ang hindi pa nakakakuha ng disability ID card. Hirap silang makakuha, kaya naman dito napapakinabangan ng mga nasa laylayan ng ating lipunan at mga nasa malalayong lugar. In the 2022 study conducted by the UNICEF and DSWD, it seems that only 1 out of 5 children with disabilities have a PWD card. And most of these come from the higher income bracket. Ganun pa rin pa po ba hanggang ngayon? Marahil kailangan natin silipin kung napapakinabangan ba itong mga programa ito ng ating mga mahihirap na kababayan. Pangalawa, may batas tayo na ipinasa na Regional Specialty Centers Act, which mandates the establishment of specialty healthcare centers. Sa ngayon, may 2 DOH Children's Hospital pa lang at pareho ay nasa Metro Manila at may 4 na LGU Children's Hospital. Ang hirap talaga para sa mga kababayan natin na malayo sa mga lugar na ito upang magkaroon ng regular na therapy para sa kanilang anak. Magastos ang pamasahe at walang matutuluyan tuwing sila ay pupunta dito sa Maynila. Sa katunayan, may tinutulungan po akong foundation, ang Little Ark Foundation, na nagbibigay ng free board and lodging para sa mga cancer patients ng National Children's Hospital. Kasi nga po, di natatapos ng mga bata ang kanilang mga chemotherapy dahil wala naman sila pong matutuluyan dito sa Metro Manila. Ganyan din ang sitwasyon ng mga children with disability kapag malayo sa kanila ang mga therapy centers. Hindi consistent o hindi na lang talaga tumutuloy. Finally, we have the exodus of medical professionals and teachers that could address the concerns of our less fortunate children with disabilities. It is hard to maintain a pool of professionals because they're not adequately compensated. Talagang pagiging bayani na ang magsilbi para sa mga mahirap nating kababayan na may disability. But we cannot deny medical professionals the opportunity of a better income for their own families. And also, I would like to propose some crucial policies that we can look into as an adjustment for existing laws. One, the DOH needs to increase its efforts to maintain consolidated database of disabled children. Ang daming nagsasabi tuwing hingi sila ng tulong, paulit-ulit silang nagsasubmit ng mga requirements. Kaya dumadagdag sa gastos nila ang pabalik-balik. Complete and improved registry could then be the basis for the planning of services for these children. This registry should be available across agencies to recognize the right to health insurance and PhilHealth services. Two, PhilHealth needs to increase the health packages, including access to assistive devices for people with disabilities and extending the network of accredited facilities and service providers. Three, there is a need to intensify training for medical professionals that could provide interventions and increase guidance, counselors, and special education teaching assistants. We have to ensure that these professionals are well compensated. We should also provide training for the stay-at-home caregiver so that some form of early intervention could be conducted at home. Or, working on what Project Aruga started, we could look into adjusting the eligibility assessment and financial support to children with disabilities in programs that are time-tested already. Eligibility assessment should factor the extra cost of raising children with disabilities and recognize the higher poverty levels of these children and their households. For poor families with children with disabilities, the level of support should also increase to include the extra cost faced by these households. Conclusion. Mr. President, children with disability enter this world at a disadvantage, and so it is up to us to provide them with the means to be able to take care of themselves. Ang realidad po talaga ay habang sila ay bata, nandyan ang kanilang mga magulang upang alagaan sila. Pero darating pong araw na kailangan nila tulungan ang sarili nila. Otherwise, there'll be the responsibility of the government. And like so many things, early intervention is the key. That is why this ability to make it on their own is the best cure to their disability. I also wish to highlight that I have filed the autism bill under the 20th Congress, SBN number 1430, an act instituting a comprehensive national care to encourage cooperation, accountability, and research for the education and support to persons with autism and for other purposes. This measure reflects our commitment to institutionalizing long-term support, research, and coordinated care for persons with autism and their families. It is my hope that this legislation, together with strengthened programs across our social welfare and health agencies, will push our government toward a more inclusive and equitable future for all our children with disabilities. Mr. President, my dear colleagues, thank you so very much for listening, and I hope for everyone's support regarding this matter. Magandang hapon po.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, our distinguished colleague,
Yes,
Senator
Majority
Erwin
Leader.
Tulfo would like to interpolate our distinguished sponsor of the privilege speech.
Yes, Senator Irvin Tulfo is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. President. I do not wish to interpolate. Rather, I would just like to express my support for Senator Raffy Tulfo's privileged speech, calling for increased funding and stronger government attention for families raising children with disabilities, Mr. President. Napakahalaga po ng panawaging ito dahil araw-araw marami pong pamilyang Pilipino na may mga bata o may mga anak na may disability ay nahihirapang mag-access ng therapy, medical care, inclusive education at iba pang serbisyong kritikal para sa pangangailangan ng naturang mga bata, Mr. President. Children with disabilities deserve not only understanding, but real and sustained support. Kailangan po nila, Mr. President, na maayos na early intervention program, accessible healthcare, inclusive learning opportunities, at sapat na tulong pinansyal para matugunan ang kanilang pangangailangan sa araw-araw, Ginoong Pangulo. Para naman sa mga magulang at caregivers, malaking bagay po ang pagkakaroon ng suporta mula sa pamahalaan upang hindi sila mag-isa sa kanilang laban. The call raised by Senator Tulfo, Mr. President, is both timely and necessary. Sa pagtutok natin sa mga batang may kapansanan, ipinapakita nating seryoso po tayo sa pagbuo ng isang bansang tunay na inklusibo at makatao. Isang Pilipinas kung saan walang batang maiiwan dahil lamang po sa kanyang kondisyon o kapansanan. I stand in solidarity with this advocacy and urge our institutions to act with empathy, urgency, and long-term commitment. Para po sa ating mga anak, para sa kanilang kinabukasan, kailangan nating kumilos ngayon na, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po at magandang hapon.
Senator Robin Padilla is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo at sa ating pinunong mayorya. Ako po'y sumusuporta sa atin pong kapatid na senador, Senator Raffy Tulfo, sapagkat ito pong patungkol po sa mga special children. Ito po ay pinag-aralan po natin ng matagal dahil sila po ay kasama po doon sa tinatawag natin na meron pong mga epilepsy, meron pong ADHD, mga cerebral palsy. Yan po ay matagal po natin yung pinag-aralan at ito po talaga ay nangangailangan ng atensyon. Nangangailangan po ito ng pag-aaral pa kung ano po yung mga tamang medisina din na dapat pong ibigay sa kanila. Kaya ito po yung napakagandang pangmumulat po sa ating lahat sapagkat ito po talaga sa panahon na ito, hindi lamang po sa Pilipinas, kundi sa buong mundo, lalo na po sa mga progresibong bansa. Meron na pong mga pag-aaral dito kung paano po ito haharapin. Kaya maraming salamat po sa inyo, Idol. Mabuhay po.
Thank you.
Senator Dante Marcoleta is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. President. Mr. President, meron po tayong batas, itong Republic Act 11650, na kung tawagin po natin ay Act Instituting a Policy of Inclusion and Services for Learners with Disabilities in Support of Inclusive Education. Sang-ayon po sa Section 13, itong batas na ito, Mr. President, ito po ay naglalaman ng program support budget na kung babasahin po natin ay ganito po ang nakasulat dito. To ensure the institutionalization of services for learners with disabilities, a PSB, meaning to say program support budget for learners shall be included as a line item in the general appropriations of the DepEd. I'd like to find out, Mr. President, dito po sa ating pinag-uusapan o kinukonsider na 2026 budget, particularly on DepEd, meron po bang line item ang PSB, Mr. President? Sang-ayon po sa itinatakda ng batas na ito.
I'm gonna look into it, Mr. President. Right now, I'm not aware of that line item in our NEP, Mr. President, but I'll going to look into it, Mr. President.
Kasi po, Mr. President, napansin ng representasyon na ito na meron po tayong budget for learning materials for learners with disabilities. Pero wala pong specific line item allocation, halimbawa, doon sa child fine system. Ito po ay napaka-importante, Mr. President, kasi kung wala naman itong child fine system, hindi rin po natin malulocate o ma-identify kung ilan po yung mga mag-aaral natin na merong disabilities sa buong bansa, kung nasa ang eskwela po sila. At hindi rin po natin malalaman kung ilan ang mga naka-enroll sa mga eskwelahan. So mahihirapan po tayo kahit na alam natin na napaka-importanting masuportahan po natin lahat. Ngunit kung hindi naman po natin alam kung sino-sino sila at kung nasaan sila sapagkat wala nga pong line item na nakalagay sa budget, ito naman po itinatadhana ng batas, mahihirapan po tayo, Mr. President. This representation tried since last week to inquire from the LBRMO kung talaga pong nakapaglagay ang DepEd ng line item ayon po sa itinatadhana ng batas. Ngunit hanggang ngayon po ay mukhang sila'y nahihirapan din na tingnan mula sa DepEd. Parang wala nga po, Mr. President.
Mr. President, meron po. Ito pala, DepEd budget 100 million pesos for 2026 sa NEP, Provision of Learning Resources for Learners with Disabilities.
Sa NEP po yun, na Mr. President. Kung titignan po ninyo sa HGAB, nawala po yun. Yun po yung hinahanap natin.
Ayun, na magic.
At ang nakikita po nating malinaw, materialis po for learners for disabilities. Maliwanag po yun. Ngunit kung ang pag-uusapan natin para malocate po natin, nasaan po lahat ang mga mag-aaral po nating may disabilities, wala po tayong magagamit na pantustos dyan sapagkat wala po yung child fine system. Hindi lamang po yun, Mr. President. Sana'y nagkakamali po ako pero wala rin po yung hiring of specialists for diagnosis and assessment of LWDs and the prescription of appropriate intervention. Sana nagkakamali din po ako, Mr. President, na wala din po yung to defray expenses in the delivery of related services stated in Section 4P. Ito nga po yung sa transportation and various developmental, corrective and other support services for student with disabilities. Mr. President, kung wala po ang line item na ito na napaka-importante, kahit na po magsama-sama tayong lahat dito, ipahayag natin ang ating interes na tulungan ang ating mga mag-aaral na may disabilities, ngunit may kakulangan po sapagkat na maring kaligtaan po. Napaka-importante po ng line item na ito. Mr. President, kaya ko lamang po sinubukan na maalaman talaga. Sana po ay makita na po natin. Kahit na po tapos na yung individual amendments, Mr. President, siguro po ay ang representasyong ito isusulat sa ating chairman para sa ganon makahanap pa po tayo ng fiscal space. Nakita ko po kasi yung opisina po ng PCO na nagka-doble-doble po yung paglalagay po nila ng gastusin tungkol sa pag-host natin ng ASEAN. Binabalak ko po na meron po akong dinrap na sulat, baka sakaling doon po natin makita. Kung sakasakaling ito pong tatlong items na ito ay talagang hindi na ilagay na line item sa ating GAA na kinukonsider for 2026, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President. Maraming salamat.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Sponsor.
Thank you. Mr. President, I would like to thank the Senator from Tarlac for raising that issue, and I promise, Mr. President, to my colleagues that after this, I would confer with the chairman, committee chair sa Public Health at saka sa DSWD as well as Finance Committee Chair para pag-usapan ito yung mga budget na karapat-dapat para matugunan itong mga pinag-usapan natin dito. Tulad sinabi nga ni Senator Marcoleta na walang saysay itong pinag-usapan natin paano tayo susuporta dito sa mga magagandang programa natin pamalaan kung nawawala naman daw yung budget at wala naman daw sa NEP, correct me if I'm wrong. So that has to be addressed right away. Thank you for that, for being a keen observant on that matter, the good senator from Tarlac. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.